good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Tarot Your Way. And
Hello.
we have Cole in the background.
Sorry.
Are you wanting to be on camera, or are you
I was
adjusting?
looking something up on my phone. So I turned my camera off so my face wouldn't look all like you. Hello.
I call that the concentration face.
Yeah.
Hello, Jeff. Thanks
Hello.
for joining us today.
Hello.
I know you've been feeling puny lately, and I'm glad to see that you look better and you're seeming to be on the mend.
That's good.
All of your
Right.
all of your prayers worked.
Good to
And
know.
I-
I echo you guys.
It's not echoing on our side.
I don't have an echo.
Oh,
Hi, Cosmic Blue. Have a good sleep.
now I know why. It was me. It was I.
Nicole, I sent you directions on how to make a playlist and put the Friday night video onto it. So if you have any problems or Orem has problems, just let me know and I'll messenger him and we'll get together. Oh, it worked. Good. Hershe, how are you?
Have
Thank
a
you
nice
for
sleep,
being
Cosmic.
again
Or
today.
Nicole.
And Hershe's
You know I'm
been
gonna be
busy
here.
getting
I love it.
Hershe's been busy getting her temperance cards out, so maybe like the Parade of Fools, we'll do something with temperance cards.
He says
may-
this now.
It may be just pairing each unique one up when I do tarot pairings, just so we can show them off. This Moonlight's using her Sacred Geometry notebook from the art classes to doodle in today.
Very nice.
A nice journal. It's huge.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Y'all, I spent my morning pulling out 50. How many was it? 56?
56.
56 temperances. So I'm still putting my face together here. But I'm here, y'all.
So she's trying to be an overachiever. She's always an overachiever.
Not me.
So to start with, we've got our keywords for the lovely Temperance card. Our angel pouring her waters out between vessels.
Same as yours, but I have others.
You know what? You guys are going to be proud of me. This time, going through my deck for my temperance card, like this one, I was looking and waiting and reading the bottom. But in this one, I know what picture I'm looking for. So I'm just looking for the guy with the cups pouring them. Oh, wait, maybe that's the wrong No, I think that was temperance. So I'm getting to know my deck is what I'm saying.
And she's showing off her many temperance cards. So
Like always.
if you want to jot down some keywords, if you don't already have keywords in your journals or in your vocabulary, your tarot vocabulary, for the upright position, we've got moderation, balance, harmony, the middle ground, blending forces, and equilibrium. There's Santa Temperance.
Yeah. Yes,
And
all about the balance.
Are you looking for cards, Jeff?
Yeah, the one I want, the temperance card in this deck.
Which one? Which deck?
Valentina and Garbage Pail Kid.
Oh, Garbage Pail Kids, yes.
You know,
Yeah, Michelle's got a temperance, and
And of course, this one.
Nice representation of somebody pouring waters from one vessel to another. And for our reverse keywords, we have imbalance.
Ooh, I love it.
There's the garbage pail kid.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So reverse, we got imbalance, lack of moderation, impatience, more harmony needed, and a need to control emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Are we having? I've had personal difficulties with that. You know, are we in balance emotionally?
I just generally get one idea for that card, and that's why I find that card tricky, because the image to me doesn't mean what, like, in my mind I think of discretion when I see the Temperance card. I don't like, and all those other things make sense to me, but the imagery doesn't go with the card. Like, it should, based on what it says for all the keywords, it does. But the only thing that comes into my mind is discretion when I see it.
Hershe will read out of the dictionary, the Bill Butler dictionary of the tarot, and that will become apparent that his opinion is Wait blew it.
Valid. Very valid. I'm going to show a couple of more, and when, Thomas says start reading, I will start reading.
Well, Hershe goes through her beautiful temperance cards. The symbolism on the card, we have an angel, and standing for divine guidance and protection. The 2 cups, pouring a liquid between them for balance and moderation. The triangle, often formed just by the arms itself of the angel, stand for mind, body, and soul. She's got 1 foot standing on land and 1 foot in water. It's the blending of emotions and practicality. The sun on the mountains is clarity, enlightenment, and obstacles overcome through balance. Our numerology, the number 14 can be broken down to 1 + 4 is 5. Number 1 is our new beginnings, independence, and leadership. Number 4 is stability, structure, and practicality. And when we combine the 1 and 4 to make the 5, in our deck, we have our 5s. We have all these negative implication cards or conflict cards. So temperance just says to us that we need to balance out these conflicts that we get and be in harmony, even though we have all these strife and struggle cards going on. So I usually say something like an unfair game was played, and like, to the victor go the spoils. But do you think those friendships can be mended once you've had your quarrel or tiff? So you may have extra sword in your possession, but the people in your life that lost them probably are going to cut you off. And in the loss of spilling 3 of our cups, you need to remember that you haven't spilled all your cups. If you just turn around and look at the 2 cups standing behind you, you've got something to carry on with and for. You can't.
all those cards and all those harmony, well, all those things that mean disharmony,
Right.
can be manifested in this card. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she's trying to bring balance and harmony.
Okay.
So if you get her in a reading with these things, just remember that, and especially side by side readings, that the harmony she can bring it back to equilibrium.
Okay, oh, that's cool. I never knew that.
So our Five of Pentacles is being lost and down and out and broken spirited. To that's the transparent tarot. I like the little rainbow for the symbolism.
I was just holding it up. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna see shit, are they?
You figured it out. It's one of those blonde moments. Hershe is truly not a blonde, but I'll have blonde moments. No. It's my favorite blonde joke is the blonde calls the fire department. My house is on fire. My house is on fire. Fireman goes, okay, lady, calm down. How do we get there? She goes, duh, big red truck.
I don't really get this Temperance, so because his look on his face is like well, what the fuck?
Hey, I've only got a few more left, and I'm gonna start reading, and people gonna be like, "What the hell?" Hold
but
on.
it looks like try me, fucker, try me.
No,
it should, and it absolutely should.
Okay,
yeah,
but that's just my opinion.
But the representation that they really want you to get is the pouring of the waters to balance things out. So when one cup started out with no liquid in it, and the other cup had liquid in it, so it's just balancing.
Well, being the fact that other cup he's pouring into is full, it looks like the other one's empty. It's not balanced.
So just to say hi, real quick, Tom, Miss Moonlight.
Yes, hi.
Did say hello to you. Scorpio Mama, I seen you come in, and everybody else is on screen. So you guys, hello. Thank you for being here with us today, because y'all know how it is. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. So let's talk some shit, and let's talk about this card when Thomas is ready. Go ahead.
Okay, I just got one more. Our quarrel or our struggle card. It's just mates having a go at each other, and even though it might be in a playful spirit, somebody can get all hurt and up in their emotions and be affected by the games. Maybe they feel ganged up or picked upon. So that's why they might get into their emotions. Okay, Hershe, I am ready for the missed opportunity that White had.
So y'all know what I do every week. I run immediately to the dictionary, right? So he literally, when I say Bill Butler has a very forward approach, this man does not hold any punches back. He instantly goes in. So let's go. Temperance. For me, this is the least successful card tarot design. It is the survival of the earliest decks. From a period when vibrant deck prolificators and artists must have found it difficult to be inspired by or in their thinking. The opportunity to revise this card was gravely missed by Worth and Wade. It remains essentially gross. What should have been since the beginning, it is not what it should have been from the beginning. It is mere wishy-washy. The original meaning of temperance is that of turning water into wine. Did that make sense to anybody?
Yeah.
because everything Jeff just said, it makes it look like it's so easy, but there is not
It's
a
not.
damn thing easy about balance.
No.
And that's why they paired her with every one of the challenging damn fives. And I think it's literally the smartest thing they could have ever done. But I absolutely agree with Bill Butler when he says that they had a huge opportunity to literally make the art illustrate the meaning, but they did not. They basically dropped the ball.
Yeah,
and
that's
because
what I
of that,
said.
Aleister Crowley picked it up, and Pamela Coleman Smith, and went in Marseille and also in Thoth a little bit different direction. They show her with snakes, apples, pentacles. They show her in her element at her feet, but they also show you that she is learning to walk over the things that used to literally stop her. So they didn't pick that up in the Wade, but they absolutely picked it up when it comes to the Marseille and when it comes to the Thoth or Thoth, however you see it. Hi, Jackie. I just did the list, but hey, baby.
Is there more about that card?
Yes. Well,
the alchemy part is what I'm open to.
Well, this one's juggling, and with juggling it represents difficulty to me. It's not easy. This one I still don't get. This one is just like some asshole who woke up without his coffee. But this one, to me it represents more of the balance. I actually like this one better.
Instead of the pouring from one vessel to the other, the actual juggling.
Yeah, and I love the water into wine thing, and it's difficult, but this doesn't do it for me. This one has a lot of the challenges, the balance, and I see that in here though.
And what's with the angelic quality of this? This shouldn't have that here, Hershe, should it?
See?
But we're gonna come.
See? Exactly. Because I'm telling you right now, I have overcome some balances in my life, and there wasn't no damn light involved with it. There wasn't no angels fucking involved.
But I don't.
You know me and my curse words. None of that was there. There was
I
no
need to know how they got to
nothing
that.
but challenges, nothing but obstacles.
Before Professor Thomas enlightens us with that, I want to take a guess. Because it represents the air or the earth, the ground, the balance between both land and maybe spirituality. I don't know. With the wings.
That could be a part of it. Yeah. Like the four elements, there's going to be four elements to why this card is in the deck.
So here's the Gilded Reverie. Jackie I don't know if she's speaking on this, Ciro Marchetti, but here's the Gilded Reverie. But she definitely has fire in one hand of the cup and water in the other, and she's combining them, and they're making something else as it falls. It looks like stardust. It's creating stardust.
So that's the
this is one of the Ciro Marchetti
power of balance. When you mix two things together, you can create a third.
And Miss Moonlight, we did cover the foot balancing, standing in land,
on the head.
The water.
The rich white man. I don't mean to say it like that, y'all. Y'all know I'm not saying it in a negative way. But yeah, I thought that's the one Jackie was talking about. As soon as she said it, I knew instantly, like, she's got to be talking about the Gilded Reverie.
Like, and Miss Moonlight, that was the star card also, who she has their foot in the water and the land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we discussed that.
That's why
that's symbolic.
Confusing.
Yeah. It's balancing out the situation.
Yeah, there's heavy influence with Christianity and
I'll bring that back.
Trying to overtake a lot of things in the world of Christianity when it was forcefully being thrown into the world, where you still had an option or you had to become a Christian. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have an option or you're a Christian. So I didn't live back then. I don't know how I probably wouldn't have been one that went easily. I probably would have been with the rest of the Danes or the other ones. I definitely wouldn't have been the one to go with the heavily influenced Christianity. But when I go from Bill Butler's dictionary straight into signs and symbols, it says that temperance itself is one of the four virtues. Although not represented very oftenly as self-restraint, she looks more like she's careful, moderate when she is not. She is not an easygoing nature. She is a winged goddess, a messenger from the gods above, and she stands in her five-petaled flower power. Yes, we said five. Any five-petaled flower, or if it happens to be blue or red when combined, forces her to show herself in her violet color. She will often depict herself to you as the five. She comes in your life as a five, the ideal of the feminine number two, wedded to the male number three. She should be represented by blood, not water. I mean, this damn thing is good. I like how I definitely like how they totally put
There's
some
blood on her
fire
wings.
on her.
There's blood on her wings in the Valentina, I think.
Yeah, Crowley and Lady Rita Harrison definitely. Yes, 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 yes. Because when you went, I had to pull him out, y'all. Y'all know how I am. When you look at the archetype of her, do y'all understand that she is the guide to our soul? Without her, we ain't gonna ever have a connection to our heart of hearts, our soul. Without her in our life, actively in our life, not forgetting the struggles, not forgetting the walls, the obstacles, the challenges that made us who we are. We cannot stay in that negative five energy, but we can't pretend that that five didn't mold us and make us and help us grow, force us into change when we don't like change, and help us to grow and show us that you can literally turn water into wine through alchemy. But if you don't do it right, you're just going to have water. And if you don't tap into every bit of the power and start learning to step over things that once stopped you, you're never going to touch the heart of your hearts, I don't think, in my opinion. But like I said, I speak from my opinion only when it comes to it. But I absolutely want to hear more feedback from you guys on her, because I love the balance, the good, the bad, the indifferent. What about you, Jeff? Where are you at right now?
I think it's a trickier card than people think it is. So I think that what you gave was more what we needed, because you look at it, and as Michelle said, it looks almost like what was happening in the star card, where she's trying to get soul substance from earth and water. But I mean, it's not that simple. It is the element of discretion and balance and all those other things that Tom had in key words, but I just don't think in any of these it's conveyed properly. That's all. I think that's good research you did, because otherwise people would misread it, and especially if it's coupled with the cards Tom has in front of him in the beginning.
The conflict fives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It also goes into saying, when you want to call out to this goddess, call her by her real name. You can call her Vishnu, or you can call her Artemis, or you can simply say, may the daughter of the reconcilers please bring herself to me. And know that she will appear to you as a centaur, a pure horse, a hippogriff, or a dog. She will not come in any form, for she is the archer. She follows like a straight and narrow. She follows the straight and narrow. She will only come in one of them forms. If you're looking through an alchemy lens for her, through yourself, if you're looking through alchemy and you really want to blend it and you want to find the balance in the fives, you've got to call out to her and ask her to present herself, because she is not willingly coming to anybody that is not willing to own their own bullshit. And if you're not willing to literally let her call you out on your own shit, your soul is never going to be able to reach that kind of levels. Because if they're calling her Artemis or however you say it, Artemis, right? That's
Artemis.
the one that weighs the heart against the feather. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we heard that before, right?
For Justice.
Somebody paired her with Justice was paired with Artemis. Artemis is known as, you know, the elephant, or I think she's an elephant in the most movies representations. She's some form of an elephant goddess or something, and she represents by weighing your heart against her own feather, right? She earned that feather. That feather didn't just come to her. That feather wasn't just you know, just a feather she picked up off the ground. She earned that feather. And therefore, because of her overcoming her own stripes, her own temptations, her own blocks, walls, and obstacles, she earned that feather. And that feather weighs the same as the natural heart. But when your heart is heavy and you're not cleansing your soul, your heart will outweigh that feather or itself.
So did Disney get it right when Dumbo picked up a magic feather and flew?
I think so. I honestly, I really do. I mean, if you're looking at it in that point of the place, you know, I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. And I absolutely like what Tom said. He said it is truly about balance, or it would be a 2. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yes.
In moderation, balancing your resources. This book says achieving security through blending of the opposites and walking in the middle. I know.
Yes. Yep. Walking in the middle. That's not easy. You know, people want the fast lane or the slow lane. They don't want to be in the middle, and they got 4 lanes on both sides. That's too much of not knowing what's going to happen with other people on other sides of you. But that's not what life's about. Life's about holding your lane. So if they put you in the middle, you need to stay there.
The balance point in the middle, you know, if you're Switzerland and you've got a world war going on, is Germany going to run you over, or England and the Allies, you know? And you're trying to be steady and steadfast in the mountains, and all this conflict is going on around you.
Yep.
Okay, situations in our life that may require temperance are conflicts. Temperance wants you to find the middle ground. Be Switzerland. Relationships, the need for balance, patience, and understanding to maintain harmony and to avoid extremes. In our
Everything
work life,
in moderation.
Yeah, everything in moderation. Not too much this way, not too much that way. Balance. Put it in the center, so you don't have to be the workaholic, or you don't have to
overindulgence. Yeah.
Or you don't have to be the one in depression, you know, waking up crying and say, I don't want to go to work today, because there's no balance. It's like whatever. When struggling to balance your work life and your personal life, it encourages moderation and setting boundaries to avoid burnout. So it could be setting boundaries with your boss. It could be, I've worked the last 3 weekends. I can't work this weekend too and maintain a family. The reason why I work at all is to maintain my family and my personal life. And if you take that away from me, maybe my wife will leave me because she's not getting what her due is out of the arrangement. Decision making. Consider all your perspectives and find balanced approaches rather than acting impulsively. Self-improvement. When we're looking for personal growth, temperance reminds us to practice moderation. I ran out of my 200 letters there. In health matters, it reminds us to have moderation in diet, exercise, and lifestyle choices to maintain our overall well-being.
You should add tarot in there too. Just kidding. All of you guys.
We can take anything to an extreme. Any of our activities, we can be out of balance with the rest of our life. I would say that since I have no other life, tarot is fine.
Is to be neutral being temperate? Is neutrality?
Yes, I think
Okay.
that's what they're saying temperance is.
See, now that's what I was going to say, because I'm not really sure if it is or not. Like,
I agree with Jeff. I don't think so. You can't stay neutral in a balanced situation. You have to stand for something or you will fall for everything. So if you do not stand for something, right, wrong, or indifferent, you're literally going to fall for anything. So if you stay neutral, like Switzerland, then you literally will get stampeded on. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but that's the life I had to live through and grow from.
The beam of the scale being set in the center, like if something is like way out of balance, if there's a lot of conflict and a little compromise, then what temperance has to do is has to use its weight and go
neutralizes it. Neutralizes it in the balance.
She has to step out from the center point and augment what's lacking to weigh and balance that scale out again.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what.
If it came in with the Justice card reversed, if it came in with the Devil card reversed, or if it came in reversed by itself, those combinations would be hard to figure out.
Right.
Do you think?
I understand what you're saying. I have 56 clones in front of me, right? RWS, Thoth, clones. I've got 56 temperance in front of me. And every one of my justice cards are identical with sizing, shaping, and spacing, right? Not with this. She's all over the place. Sometimes her arms are way out here. Sometimes she's got one arm bent, one arm way out here. She's letting you know that no matter how far the distance is that you're about to travel in this growth, whether it's bumpy, all downhill, or it goes like this, or it goes all uphill, no matter how it goes. Some of them isn't even, one is a cup, one is a bowl. Again, a cup, a bowl. This one is a chalice and a mug. This one is a horn, like a bullhorn, like one of the Vikings would drink out of, like one of them horns, like a horn, and a cup. You know what I'm saying? This one ain't got neither one. Ain't got none of that in it.
So maybe the representation is saying it's going to take a lot of effort to make a bowl transform into a cup.
You can't put effort into neutral. Neutral means you're not putting effort into it at all. No, you're literally just saying, I don't have an opinion. I don't care.
You just got to take that neutral meaning away from that. And okay, that could have very different applications,
moderation.
Right? Neutral meaning, if you look at it as like meditation too, so perhaps you're going to go through a time where you have to juggle resources and stuff, or a form of meditation, no matter what you're going through, they always realign your chakras, rebalance your chakras, get into a meditative state and balance the energy around you. Like Thomas said, it might mean it's not going to be exactly in the middle of these two, because this is a lot heavier right now. She's going to have to go farther this way, but you need some more of this other aspect, the opposite, to balance it. So it's not necessarily neutral in the middle. It just neutralizes the energy around you and the forces.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom said it's interesting.
You may have to walk further out on the limb.
Mm-hmm.
Then
absolutely.
Or getting the full card.
I feel like if you don't make a choice, the universe or somebody else is going to make it for you. And then that took your power from you. That took your ability to make your own choice. And that is what she's all about. I don't care if you got a bowl and a cup, you going to make it work. I'm going to show you how to create a philosopher's stone, because can't nobody else do it but me. So, I'm not saying me, I'm saying the temperance, or how I see her. I learned
making lemonade out of lemon.
I learned on this deck right here, this damn Gilded Reverie. Where'd it go? This was the deck I learned on, a Gilded Reverie. So I had the influence of RWS, and I had the influence of Thoth, and I had the influence of Marseille. So I believe, because I learned on a Marchetti deck, or I'm not sure how you say his name. Everybody says it different. Ciro Marchetti or whatever.
Hero.
But because I learned on a man's deck that doesn't choose one way or another, he says, I will find a way to put all of them in there, and I'm going to show you how to make it work. This is a man that loves the temperance card, because he can literally show you that you can literally put it all together. It just doesn't have to be in the same size containers. It doesn't have to be any of that. Jeff left?
Yeah.
Bye, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
So did he leave? Oh, bye.
I guess.
Yeah, he's not backstage, so he must have had to take a call or something.
Yeah, but thanks, Miss Moonlight.
Okay, maybe to answer a question of yours earlier, that you need 4 things, like the 4 elements. Well, temperance is one of the 4 aligning fates. Temperance, strength, and justice, they're all in the tarot deck. But the missing fate, the 4 fates, is prudence. So we don't have a prudence card in the tarot. But if we did, we would have all 4 of the fates in the Greek philosophies represented, or the Roman or Greek philosophies. I'm not sure who had the fates as their. Go ahead.
I was gonna steer us off track and go into what would prudence be like, but.
Well, don't be such a prude.
I knew that was coming. I knew Jackie was about to do that.
Well, I knew about being a prude, but how would it be? How is it a fate? I don't understand how it's a fate.
Prudence is a fate by not being.
Card Jackie. From here on out, it's just Jackie card. It's the Jackie card.
Prudence would be a fate because to show prudence would be like to not show excessive anything, like excessive, not to show excessive wealth, not to show excessive just be modest. Don't go to the Oscars with the split up the back dress or the side dress, or the ample cleavage. Pick something.
Well, it sounds like there's modesty throughout all of these. So maybe you miss prudence in all of the cards. I'm just kidding. Not all of them.
Well, maybe prudence is represented in the tarot cards through temperance, strength, and justice by showing the gentler side of things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I just think of the Beatles, dear Prudence.
Want to come out and play.
I wanted to also note something here that if you look at the 14 card as 7 and 7, then you need help. And that's per Crowley. If you see it anything other than a 5, if you see a 7 and a temperance, you are probably leaning more towards the Christianity way of seeing it. And I like how he puts that in there. Like, you would be more comfortable with pairing it with a Babylon god. I sometimes question Crowley. You know, he gets a little bit deep with some of it, but when he paired it with that, it made sense to me. Only because I don't see it as a 7. If it fell out in a 7 with me, I would definitely look at it as somebody that it's not actually yours. You're carrying somebody else's energy. I think I would anyway. But, you know, I don't know. That's just me. But I do like that he pointed that out a bit.
The ending of the second 7 in how I picture the tarot layout goes. Say we have our Fool and we set the Fool out to the side. Where's my fingertip at? So we set the Fool off to the side, and then we get all the rest of our trump cards, and we go 1 through 7, 8 through 14. 14 would be our temperance on the end of this line, and then
the devil, you would have 0 to 14. 7 would be the perfect balance. So, there's no such thing.
So of the 3 rows, how I symbolize the 3 rows is the top row, our magician through chariot, is being our physical journey in life. We learn those lessons because they're all physical.
Right.
Then the next row would be our emotional journey, our like our emotional or maybe spiritual journey, and then the last one, the last the devil through the world, are our ascendant journeys, our esoteric journeys, trying to get to that next level, a celestial journey.
Well,
more than spiritual, our enlightenment journey. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, a 7 is not the middle. If you do 0 through 14, it's 7.5 is the middle. So really,
no. Well, no, it's not balance. It's just.
That's what I'm saying. There is no perfect balance on a 7.
But I just wanted to say a 7 wouldn't be the middle balance, anyways.
No, I'm saying if you lay out 3 rows of 7.
No, I understand that part. Yeah.
Okay. Then I don't have to yell at you.
I just didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted to say
as somebody that went through cosmetology school, I had to learn the pH scale. Does anybody in the chat or anybody has anybody ever heard of the pH scale? The pH scale starts at 0 and it ends at 14. The perfect balance in alchemy versus acidity would be 7. You would want your waters to be 7. You would want everything to come to the 7, because 0 would be too much alkaline and 14 would be too much acidity. So when you bring them to the middle and you have both the perfect balance of alkaline and acidity, you do get a perfect 7. But that's only when you're dealing with a pH scale, or at least that's how my brain sees it. I could never see the 7 in tarot as that. So that's literally where my mind goes, but it's probably just because of my training. I'm sorry?
I always thought it was 7.5 that was the perfect balance.
There she goes.
No.
Smart.
Well, when I look for my water, I look for the 7. Well, and it's 7 to 7.5 or whatever. Like, anyways.
So you
want an
alkaline.
You want a 7.5 because you want an alkaline water and not an acid water. So that's not the perfect balance. That's the perfect balance for a body, but it's not the perfect balance between
whatever. I'm just kidding.
That's what
we're off topic, but you guys see, we like having fun and showing just different life things. You know, how did life teach us this? How did life teach you that? So that's why we're always inviting people to come on and give us your life and tell us how you felt, or which card, why is this your favorite card, or whatever. So,
and by the way, just because a very balance, the pH is really dependent on what your body currently is, because we're all different. So I might, you could have too much, like you said, the 14. So therefore,
I was describing the scale. Period. I'm not describing the human body. Ain't nobody.
No, but I'm just saying with that brings the temperance of balance. I see where temperance can come into that play, because it's gonna move on the line of the scale depending on what your needs are. Like how to balance you out.
I understand that. The scale is perfect, not the body. The scale is perfect, not the body. You know.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, if you would like to get your journal out, or your piece of paper, and your markers, pens, crayons, whatever you want to create with, you can doodle. You can write poetry. You can.
My hangman.
I'm going to read a story about temperance.
Yes.
Sleepy Time Story Hour by Chat GPT. I have a little help with these. But I tell it the elements that I want in the story. In a quaint town nestled between rolling hills and serene lakes, there stood an old weathered house adorned with ivy and roses. Inside lived a mysterious woman known only as Madame Temperance. She was a keeper of secrets, a weaver of fate, and a guide to those who sought balance in their lives. Madame Temperance was not an ordinary fortune teller. She possessed a deck of tarot cards, each imbued with ancient wisdom and power. Among them, the 14th card, Temperance, held a special significance. It was said to hold the key to unlocking harmony and balance in one's life. One
I got it.
crisp, there's Jeff coming back. Welcome back. We're in story time. One crisp autumn evening, a troubled young man named Alex stumbled upon Madame Temperance's house. His life was in disarray, torn between his ambitious career goals and his longing for a simpler, more meaningful existence. Desperate for guidance, he knocked on her door, seeking solace in wisdom of the cards. Madame Temperance welcomed Alex into her cozy parlor, filled with the scent of sandalwood and the soft glow of candlelight. With a gentle smile, she beckoned him to sit at the table adorned with her tarot deck. Close your eyes, young man, and let the cards reveal the path to harmony, she whispered. Alex took a deep breath and focused his thoughts as Madame Temperance shuffled the deck with her practiced hands. With each card drawn, a story unfolded, weaving together the past, present, and the future in a tapestry of fate. The first card revealed the Tower, symbolizing chaos and destruction. It reflected Alex's tumultuous past, filled with shattered dreams and broken promises. The second card, the Hermit, spoke of solitude and introspection, echoing Alex's journey of self-discovery in search of meaning. As the reading progressed, Alex's heart raced with anticipation. Then Madame Temperance drew the 14th card, Temperance. It depicted a serene angel pouring liquid between two cups, symbolizing balance and moderation. Ah, the card of temperance, Madame Temperance murmured, her eyes sparkling with wisdom. In the chaos of life, it reminds us to find equilibrium, to blend opposing forces into a harmonious whole. For Alex, the message of temperance struck a deep chord within his soul. It spoke of finding balance between ambition and contentment, between work and play, between heart and mind. With a newfound clarity, Alex embarked on his journey of self-discovery, guided by the wisdom of Madame Temperance and the tarot cards. He learned to embrace life's ebbs and flows, to savor the beauty of each moment, and to find harmony within himself. Months passed, and Alex's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. He found success in his career without sacrificing his inner peace. He nurtured meaningful relationships and cherished simple joys. And through it all, he remained anchored in the wisdom of temperance, a guiding light in the tumultuous sea of life. As the years went by, Madame Temperance's house became a sanctuary for those seeking solace and guidance. Her tarot readings offered not just glimpses into the future, but timeless lessons of balance and harmony. And so the legend of Madame Temperance and her 14th card lives on, a testament to the power of the wisdom and compassion and the enduring quest for harmony in an ever-changing world. Story time's over. So I hope you found something to draw into your journal to help you remember the story of Temperance and Alex's tortured, troubled past. To me, that are you doing dual colored, or is it just my monitor playing?
So I was directed to take the two colors that represent her, right? Red and blue.
So I've got my glasses on now, my red lens and my blue lens, and now it's gonna.
But you don't have your glasses on, so I'm trying to help you out here. So anyway, and I put them in my hands together, and I wrote, and I did everything in balance. So I wrote the word balance. I created a tower moment, and then I destroyed the tower by coloring it with the red and blue until it turned into purple, which represented her. And it also overcame the tower moment that I created because I destroyed the tower by coloring it in purple. I drew balance of stars, balance of boxes, balance of 3-dimensional boxes. And there's a bunch of 5s in here that are tied like tied together. They're linked together at all times. So I absolutely, and I wrote the word prudence in here as well. So there's a bunch of writing and everything, but everything's done with 2 markers, the red and the blue. Yeah.
So
there's
the
a bunch of
perfect
words
blending
written in here.
The perfect blending of blue and red makes that purple in that corner, which is canceling out the chaos and the destruction of the tower.
Yep. Even though it's a tower, it's overcome by the violet purple, which is the calm.
I have a house. I have the mountains, the water. I have Alex unbalanced and sad. Then there's a fire. I just wanted a fire. Then I have the table with the cards. Then with the mind and the heart, then came the yin and the yang, and Alex was happy and balanced and harmonious.
Very good. Now you can put that in your journal and remember Madame Temperance's story.
Oh, I gotta put Madame Temperance's house.
It's Prudence's house.
Okay.
I'm just giving you shit.
I would expect Jeff to create a picture of words. Did you create some poetry? Can't hear you. Yeah, I think that happened the last week when you went out.
Okay, so
yeah, we got.
I have a hodgepodge of words here. I didn't know we had to draw. And by the way, I'm a horrible drawer.
Me too. Well, you saw my beautiful artwork, so.
Well, your artistry is with words. Yeah.
I heard a couple things. I heard through that story, discretion is the better part of valor. I heard something about a Catholic child's confirmation, drinking from the chalice. And then I heard about the story of Adam and Eve for some reason in the garden as being temperate. Why I don't know.
Well, because it was Eden. It was perfect. If it's temperate, it's neither too hot nor too cold. For their unclothed bodies.
So there is some okay.
But when once original sin was committed and they were cast out, then they were cold and they covered up their bodies in sin. So it was no longer temperate. It got cold, so they made clothes, and God saw that the fruit had been eaten of, and they were ashamed of themselves.
So yin and the yang should be represented by temperance. Like, I don't know if there's any tarot card that has that symbol on it for temperance.
Go ahead, Hershe.
I'm just letting Tom know that I'm the one that said it, but when I text, because I'm co-host, it's going to say Tom, but that's why I put Hershe behind it. Yeah, Hershe's calling bullshit. Hershe called bullshit. Not Tom. Hershe called bullshit.
On a comment, not on Thomas.
Nobody perfect. I don't care who you is.
Glad you tell.
Yeah, Jeff, your artistry is in your words and your poetry. So
thank you.
They
it's beautiful.
They paint just as much of a picture as a story. Poetry can touch our hearts and can leave a tender spot, or it can
beautiful.
Make us raw with emotion.
Can I read some more?
Oh, yeah. I knew that Hershe needed some attention. Hi, Hershe. Yes, please.
So I want to read, you guys. I want to read. But you guys understand, if you know Crowley, then you know. And if you know, you know. The man had a fast-tracked mind, and he knew what the end game was. Whether or not he was sane when he got there or not, that is not the question that we're talking about. But the fact that this man worked at this card to make sure that he found balance, and he named it art. Therefore, in my best opinion, when I look at this gorgeous art card, otherwise known as Temperance, I see the overcoming. I see the struggle. I see the blending of everything. I see the art. But here's what I didn't know that this man also saw. This is some fascinating shit, y'all. His favorite quotation for the Temperance card: you will never be able to create unity in others as long as you are not one with yourself.
Preach it, girl.
I love that. Huh?
I said, preach it, girl.
Astrology. Mercury, as the ruler of Virgo in the 6th house, is all about balance and harmony, purification and transformation process. Sometimes the level of sterileness represents the instinct of the hostile within the body. So when I hear the hostile within the body, y'all know I'm a subconscious reader. I'm a shadow worker. I love to crawl in the damn trenches and find what's broken and try to get it mended. You can't fix it if you don't know it's broken, right? So this card allows you to dive into those fives safely. It gives you a platform to pull that bullshit out and address it. And if I was going to pair it with any 7, it would ultimately be the 7 of Cups, because the 7 of Cups is about literally strategically putting everything in its place, and everything has a place, but then learning when you're comfortable to pull them heavy objects, articles, distractions, emotions out one at a time, but not until you're at a safe platform. If you want to journal about this, make sure that you use these 2 gems. If you have them, if you don't have them, purchase responsibly. I'm not telling you go price or buy these stones, because some of these stones get very pricey. So, dreamy, but pricey. So there's 2 that are highly recommended, and that is yellow sapphire. Oof, yummy. I have one.
What yellow sapphire?
And a gold topaz. If you would like to understand more about the Temperance when it comes to the zodiac signs, then you absolutely need to study Sagittarius. Sagittarius literally means archer. In the card, the picture, Diana the Hunter, as represented with all Wade tarot decks, she is the connection between the moon and the huntress. She is shown in the shape of a bow, and the significance of Sagittarius is the arrow piercing the rainbow, right? But it's going in straight. It's not going in crooked. It might not hit it balanced, but it's not going in imbalanced. It may not hit it right. You know what I'm saying? I was walking upright, sober, and everything, but going through one of them automatic doors one time, it wasn't my turn. I should have waited, because my ass got stuck in the middle of that damn thing. And now where am I going to go? I can't go in. I can't go out. I'm stuck. The thing ain't rotating, right? You have to go in straight, whether it's your time or whether you're going to hit the target or the bullseye or not. Let's see. What was the other thing I wanted? I think that was what I highlighted. Oh, outside of she is the creator of the Philosopher's Stone. So, yep, that was everything I highlighted. That was what I had.
Interesting, because I'm a Pisces and I'm a Sagittarius moon, Pisces sun and rising. So I got emotions and imbalance.
I literally willed you to get Maruta. I was sitting here going, Maruta. I swear to God, watch the live back. I'm like, Maruta. I needed Maruta to get here because Maruta is a rock, y'all. You don't think I call her a rock for no reason, right? What is the definition of a rock? A rock is somebody you can always count on. Maruta is one of the most steadfast people I know. And Although I know I say I call her Prudence because of the fact that, for one, I love the name and I love the tie that Prudence has with the connection that I have with somebody. Every time I see this card as Maruta, 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 Maruta. What would Maruta do? You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that. I'm always putting one of y'all on blast. Y'all know that because y'all mean something in my life. So I literally was sitting here going, I need Maruta, and you're here. So thank you, Maruta, for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Maruta, please tell us how you feel about the temperance. Please, please, please. Somebody else go now while we wait on Maruta.
So, Jeff, did we create more questions for you, or
you gotta make me think more about when I draw the cards, what they mean. Because if you get the temperance card next to any one of those cards, like the devil card, or you get it next to the tower, but you get the tower reversed, or what if you get temperance reversed with the devil card? You got to be really careful about what message you're going to convey, because I think if you're looking at it from one dimension and not what the potential outcome is going to be, if you don't follow a certain path, you might get it all wrong.
right? Well, that's I think chemically, alchemically, if you pair prudence with a very strong card, temperance, temperance is going to have to go all the way to the other extreme to get that balance between them, or to monitor,
Because that's what I mean.
to get the 7 neutral with the
It's
PA.
supposed to be a balanced card, but yet it's not always going to be about neutrality, right, Hershe?
It's
That's right.
urging
Okay.
towards
It's
neutrality.
moderation. It's
Okay.
not
Well,
neutral.
Maruta,
It's moderation.
I just want to ask a question. Even though I did, challenge you to go back and watch some of this, Maruta, if you wanted to see me sitting here go Maruta, Maruta, Maruta. I also want you to go back. There was a part we talked about at the very beginning, Maruta, and do you see the card as neutral? I do not. I can't see the card as neutral, but I would love to know your opinion about it. I absolutely always see it as the alchemical, as the person, the one and only that could create the philosophers. I know a lot of people say, well, the magician would do it. Nah, he's not interested in creating a philosopher's stone, but that's just my opinion on it. But do you see the temperance as a neutral card?
I don't think it's always represents
No, I
neutral.
know.
I mean,
was
it
just
really
asking,
depends.
like, while she's
Yeah.
in chat, I wanted to get her opinion real quick while we were actively still going. But no, I just wanted to bring that moment back. But we can keep going with where we were at. I just wanted to jump back there because she was here.
Well,
Because in this one, the Robin Wood, with him juggling while one puts like he's trying to balance between the dry land and the water and juggling. That's hard as shit. You know what I mean? I would imagine. So it's finding the moderation and the balance. Oh, I have this ball. That's actually hold on.
I got another question too. Okay. Why do they, when they're talking about the water, you know how they pull the water from like she's got one in the land and one on the water, and she's pulling the water in, but Hershe said it was about water to wine.
I would say it's
well, a more accurate depiction should show her turning water into something else, because she picked up something that was, and to me it should be dirty, mucky water, because she represents the uglies of 5. So if you're scooping up that dirty, nasty, ugly water from 5 and you're literally alchemically turning it into something else, it should never be water. I don't care if it's clean water or not. A lot of readers call it soul Coke, but turning water into wine would be a very accurate depiction. But it doesn't have to be wine, of course,
And then I would think the 1
I
foot on
don't
water,
think
1
neutral
foot
is
on
the
land
vibe.
is
It's open to
the balance
everything,
in your
but in
mind
a
between
positive
the
direction because of the angel. See, she went there. She went there. Okay, okay. I like it.
So
Okay.
I have this orb ball, and I'm not going to put it on because it flashes, and I don't want Hershey to, have to be mindful of her. But you
Well, I got a
literally
lot
have
of light
to.
on, but go ahead.
Well, if you could, you have to. Then, if you don't mind,
it,
it's up to you.
it
It goes like that.
I got a lot of light. I'm okay.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
literally have to find the balance in order to get it to fly. You know what I mean? And it's the temperance. Like it's finding that balance. My dog fucking loves it. He's like, oh my god, it's playtime. But you have to find that balance to control it and keep it controlled. And so that's what he just took it. Cole, come back. Cole, come.
so
Good
I
boy.
would say that 1 foot on
boy.
land and 1 foot in water is
Good
trying to
boy.
balance in your mind subconscious and conscious thoughts, to keep them in check. So you don't go.
So it's not neutralizing.
I was
It's
thinking
finding the
more
balance
your
of the
ego.
energy to control it and to be in harmony.
Right. That's why I think some of mine are represented by somebody pouring something from a cup into a bowl.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, not many of mine are going from cup to cup. You know what I'm saying? And they're not, none of mine out of the 56 that I have out here in front of me right now, not one of them are balanced. Either they got arms way out here, way up here, way up here. There is no, it's not justified and equal like balance. You would picture it being 50-50. Life ain't about 50-50. If you got 50-50 coming your way, I'd say go hit the lottery, go play the lottery, go do something, because it's more like 80-20 and it's a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
But it's how you take in the energy. But if you're steady going in a 50-50 rotation, I would say that you're Switzerland and you're too neutral, and that you need to actually step in to life and live a little, because you're obviously
you know
not
what'd be cool is if they have them. If they had the representation where he was trying to walk like on a tightrope, or the slack line, that fucking shit's hard. And so slacklining while trying to pour, that would represent difficulty, I guess.
Right.
Well, then,
but what is balance? Isn't supposed to be easy, guys.
That's what I'm saying. That would represent difficulty.
So when you get a depiction of it being like this perfect balance, that is bullshit. And you know me, I'm gonna call bullshit every time. That's bullshit to me. Like, that is a false representation. And I like how Bill Butler said, Wade and Worth, they dropped the ball. They should have done something differently, because it represents so much more when you put it into an artistic view.
That's what I thought. I didn't think it meant all the stuff it does until I came into this. I mean, because all those synonyms or whatever, they all have the same meaning in a way. Balance, moderation, discretion, all that. But like Hershe's putting it where the visuals actually mean more than what the words do.
Look, she's tiptoeing, but she ain't got no cups. She ain't pouring nothing. She looking in her bag like, what else I got in there? I'm gonna need to pull a rabbit out this.
In some of the depictions, she's like the magician, one hand up and one hand down.
I need to take Cole out. My friends are gonna be here in like 5 minutes. We're gonna go to lunch. I love you guys. This is always fun. We will catch up later.
Until next time. Bye, Michelle.
As above, so below, and as within, so without. So it's, tying all those things to be, let's say not neutralized, let's say not balanced, let's say more centered.
Just one drop.
And as the closer to center we can become, the less stressors we have in our life.
I guess there's a reason why we don't see cards like, the Hierophant reversed with that card a lot, because we'd be fucked trying to figure it out. I would be.
The Church of Satan.
I absolutely see what you're saying, Jeff. There is so many false things about, the balance thing. You know, people think they're in balance and then they find out that they're not, or
they think because their karmas or their chakras are in balance, they're in balance.
Or they're letting somebody make the choices for them because they don't want to make hard choices. You know, they'll take the easy road, you know, so to speak. So I think that you're seeing it for exactly how it applies in your life. But there is always, and this is the part that is the hardest, and as somebody that no matter, it's hard as hell for me to look at cards and not see them in a rendering other than how most people see them. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually the first one to say, but what about when it falls this way? And it's not in reverse. But what happens when it falls this way? Because I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reads, just like pretty much everybody here, whether you do it publicly, privately, or whatever. If you're drawn to cards, you got to have a deck somewhere around you. I got to go grab my deck. I got to go this. I got to go that. But when you're asking for these direct signs and cards like them fall out, and it would fall out with the devil, death, tower, people see those as very heavy cards, right? What they don't know is that sometimes life intentionally removes shit because we were neutral. We didn't stand up and say, I ain't going for that, or don't do that to them because that's not right. Because we stayed neutral, that's when life throws our ass right into a tower moment, right into death and rebirth.
That's valid. That's valid.
You know, so when you're looking at it that way, for me, I would say Sally, Joe, Tom, and the cat down the road, whoever I'm reading for, look, baby, there is something you need to stand up about in your life, and you're not. Your balance card, whether it's upright or not, because it's paired with this and this and this and this and this. This is why life is hitting you like this, because you got a voice. You got 2 feet and a heartbeat, and you need to use your voice, your 2 feet and a heartbeat, and you need to stand for something, because life is literally making you fall for everything. I don't see the feet as a balance. See me either, because she's not balancing in there, right? She's tiptoeing like, wait a minute, that's isn't, you know, like she's not balancing, she's not jumping all in, going, I'm game, I ain't getting in the cold damn water. I'm warm. Why I want to get in cold water? Let me tiptoe in here. Maybe it's too hot. If I don't stick my toe in there, I might burn the flesh right off my bones. You know what I mean? If you don't, you have to make wise decisions and choices for yourself. So I literally understand why this card represents the soul, everybody's soul. This is your soul. This gives you the power to create the Philosopher's Stone in your life. The Philosopher's Stone may be however you picture it. That may be your Philosopher's Stone.
Do you see that stuff? Do you see that stuff as being poured as soul substance when it should be water into wine, though? Like, do you see it as? Because so many readers
literally taking dirty
soul
water
substance.
Yeah. I see somebody scooping out and taking it. Okay, this is what I got out of my 5. Now let me turn it into something else. No matter what 5 just hit me, I didn't back down. I didn't look left, right. I didn't say just do whatever. I didn't. I stood for something. It didn't like me standing for something, but at least I stopped letting it steamroll me over every time it came into my life.
You're awesome on this card. Yeah. You really
life
know this card.
Why do you think I have
Hershe to be a part of my life?
Her depth of knowledge, and
she's so good at this.
Her library has stuck with her, whether she wants to know what, she's studied.
I like the heavier cards because so many people drop the ball because they get one way about it. And it's just like life is never one way. What life are you living?
Getting that
because like what were you? Have you been living in a throne your whole life, or are you trapped in a castle tower? I don't get what you're saying here. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you never been to the grocery store and had 5 things in your arm and you don't need a cart and the line is all the way around to the damn aisle 2 and you're like, shit, I'm going to be late, but I got to have these 5 things. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What can you do? Oh, Gerald, hello. Yep. So I'm absolutely, I've never seen it as clear water to clear water. Yeah. No, not when it's representing the 5. No, never.
No.
It's definitely a shapeshifter of cards.
Yes. Yes, it is. I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yep. All of us can walk into a bad situation together, but not any of us are going to have the exact same experience. But every single one of us that stood for something in that balance is going to come out with something gained. The one that walked into it and said, oh, I'm neutral, I'm Switzerland, do whatever, they're not going to get a damn thing out of it. Nothing. They're literally getting nothing. They're getting nothing. You're going to get what life wants you to have, and that's trash, scraps, shit that's lesser than you, shit that you definitely didn't deserve. But again, that's just me and the way my life has been, you know. It changes the negative emotion to positive. Woohoo! Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I don't, like I said, I'm not judging anybody's actions, but I can definitely tell you that I can call bullshit on that. I can call bullshit because I can recognize those patterns, because somebody that's stuck in that mind frame, they don't understand there's a whole nother way. And it's not because they're not wanting to see it. It's because they're absolutely not taking the incentive to get out there and find another way. And sometimes life says, okay, well, then you're just going to keep giving and taking everything I give you. I definitely see that too, Gerald, as walking between worlds. And I'll tell you why I see that. Because when I look at the Santa Muerte card, and I've got 56 of them out here that have been inspiring me this entire hour and 17 minutes, and I'm here to tell you that she is neither serving water nor touching it. One drop. She's got one freaking little bitty drop. Anybody that's got the Santa Muerte deck, go look at it. Go look at it. It looks like a stream, but it's not. That's her necklace. She's dropping one drop into a full cup. Why am I going to pour balance in a full damn flow into a cup that's already full? Where that makes to me? Show me where that's not being wastefulness. Show me where that's not just not taking what you have and honoring what you have. You're taking what you have for granted. And that is not a good place. That is definitely full of negativity. So for Santa Muerte to sit there and say just one drop, that's all you get.
That's all.
Those zodiacs, those reels where everybody's going around and they're like, this is how you make this sign. And they're pouring water into bowls, no matter what the sign is, Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius, or whatever. And they're putting out little bits of water into a bowl on how they were made. That's exactly what I see when I think about it, because I'm going to be a whole lot of bullshit to somebody, but then I'm going to have a whole lot of knowledge to somebody else. So you can call bullshit on me all you want to, but that's because your life didn't throw you in the mud. I pulled myself out of the mud more times than I can count. And some people ain't never even been in the mud before. So how the hell do they actually know that they're in touch with their true soul, their heart of hearts, when you've never even been to the mud because you're scared to get dirty? But like I said, I have a lot of different ways to look at it. So I'm going to be quiet and let somebody else talk.
No, I think that you've got the essence of it for our temperance card.
And the imagery does, in the Rider-Waite, does the card a major disservice.
Princess!
Hello, Johnny. We're just winding it up. I hope your classes are going good.
Don't sugarcoat it. I can't. I wouldn't know how. Y'all know me a little too well. I couldn't do it. My face might be looking at you hella crazy, and I might not be saying a damn word, but trust me, if you can't read my face, I don't know what else to tell you. Because I was raised, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, I ain't going to say it at all. But Cece takes over my face, and she just be like, what's wrong with them? They don't see all of this.
So,
y'all, I'd be having fun, but it's just about seeing it differently, you know? And the fact that Bill Butler's literally said that Worth and Wade dropped the ball, score, 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 because they absolutely, in my opinion, dropped the ball. They could have put anything that represented true balance, but instead they didn't. They didn't. They didn't put it. They didn't do their own damn homework. They just followed suit. They were neutral. So
Okay,
I love that Pamela Coleman Smith and Frida Harris and a few others went all the way outside the box, threw that damn box away like I did years ago, and said, "You won't put me back in there unless your name's Gerald." But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Hershe is looking at you and not saying anything. Slowly back away. We gotta back away. I don't throw hands no more, Gerald. I learned the hard way. I don't throw hands no more. I just shake my head at him. Shaking my head, shaking my head. I'll be real quiet. Probably, yeah. I'd rather play with pointy athlamays and things that go boom, boom, boom than throw my hands anymore. They're fragile now. I have to use them for cards, so I need to keep them clean, so to speak. I can't break them up.
Okay, let's wind it up and wrap it up. Thank you for being with us, Jeff, and thank you for being with
Thank you for having me.
Hershe, thanks for being with me again and being my rock and giving us your depth of knowledge. Everyone, remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great day. Bye.
Remember to watch me on Tarot Stash a week from today, February 4th.
Oh,
You know,
advertise.
I'll be there.